Hey guys, Justin here. Thank you so much for watching all 98 MTR station introduction and walkthrough and train spotting videos. In this series, we have went through all of the MTR heavy rail stations. But we have our light rail system, which never can be neglected. However, there's a lot of light rail stops along the whole network of the light rail are pretty simple and basic. While there are a couple of them which I think stands out and requires a further introduction and also walkthrough. Hence, the series will continue for MTR Station series as a light rail extension for the series, as we have this Phase 3 615 driving in here. The last video that we did was Yuen Long Station, which was also part of the light rail system. Yuen Long was the ultimate terminus of the light rail system. Hence, for the first episode of light rail stations, we're gonna start with the other ultimate terminus, Tuen Mun Ferry Pier. This is Tuen Mun Ferry Pier light rail terminus. Tuen Mun Ferry Pier light rail stop is situated right next to Tuen Mun Ferry Pier, and also adjacent to many housing properties at the edge of Tuen Mun, also known as Tuen Mun South. It is adjacent to Siu Hei Court, Wu King Estate, and Melody Garden, as well as served by many buses, including KMB routes, city bus services, and also MTR bus services, as there's a 962X going. This ultimate terminus is served by many routes of the light rail system, as we're gonna go through that. Melody Garden is technically also served by Melody Garden stop, which is down the road. Wu King Estate is right there, which you're required to just walk over there. And Siu Hei Court is also served by Siu Hei stop, which is at the other end of the system over there. We have bus stops along this whole path here on Wu Chui Road, which is served by intermediate services, including rush hour specials, which I'm not going to go through, and also regular services of city bus, which includes 962X, which is a express services going between Long Mun Oasis in Tuen Mun down next to Long Mun stop, and also Causeway Bay Moreton Terrace, which is like a 1 hour 30 minutes plus service. Here it comes with an Egg on MTR bus service, which is K52, which is going around from Long Ku Tan, which is in the rural towns, and also Yut Wu Villa, which is around Tuen Mun Station, and also that, the Tuen Mun Town Center, which this route goes via Tuen Mun Ferry Pier, which is around here. And we also have minibus services, which includes Route 44, which also terminates here, which that one goes from Sheng Shui Express to Tuen Mun Ferry Pier. As well as we have the KMB services, which is the 59 series. This guy just finished the 59X, which is from Tuen Mun Ferry Pier, but KMB call them Tuen Mun Pier Head instead of Tuen Mun Ferry Pier. We have 59X going to Mong Kok East Station, 59M going to Chuen Wan Station, and we have 59A going to Kwai Fong Kwai Chui Estate. Let's get this egg in here. Let's walk along the whole path, along the outside. We also have city bus route B3, which terminates here at Tuen Mun Ferry Pier, which goes to Shenzhen Bay Port, which people going across the border is pretty convenient around this area. Without further ado, let's head into the light rail terminus. Later on, we're going to be doing light rail spotting, which is going to be all around the whole terminus. You can see we have multiple entrances for this terminus. This is the first entrance, which is actually served by Route 610, which is going between Yuen Long and Tuen Mun Ferry Pier, which is basically connection of both. We have one driving out right now, 507. You'll see all of them later on. This Route 610 goes around the left side of the map along Long Mun Oasis and also Tai Hing Estate. Then it binds down to Tuen Mun Hospital and it reaches Siu Hong Station before it runs the common path with other routes to go to Yuen Long. We have Route 615, which is from Also serving this side, Yuen Long to Tuen Mun Ferry Pier via also Long Mun Oasis, but it serves the estate area. Instead of Tai Hing, it serves Leung King, Tin King, and Kin Sang Estate to goes to Siu Hong, and then the same path to Yuen Long. And also we have 615P, which is the shorter version of the 615 to increase the frequency between Siu Hong and Tuen Mun Station, Tuen Mun Ferry Pier, rounding the exact same path as 615. And let's enter the light rail terminus. You can see this is the tracks right here, and it goes straight through. Light rails only has one driver's cabin, so that's why they have to utilize this 360-degree U-turn tracks around the whole station to do U-turns. As we can see right here, this is one of the tracks. And also we have a full add light rail coming out, which is a 614, phase 5, wow. This light rail, 614, is going to go back to the right side of the map, which is that way. But there's only one driver's cabin, so that's why they have to utilize this 360-degree U-turn tracks to U-turn, which this guy's going to do right now. We'll quickly cross the road before it comes over. This is the track going along the outside to go back and crosses to the right side of the map, as this guy is going to do right now. One car phase 5 is definitely not very common, but they have been recently doing a lot more one car phase 5s during weekdays. As the 614 with the full ads, pretty cool with the Pocari Sweat full ad. As it goes, U-turn, and then turns back to the right side of the map of the light rail system. You see them going around. And we also have the electric bus right there for 506. 506 is actually an X light rail route which goes around from here to Siu Lun, which is just in the town center, but they've switched into an MTR bus service, which is right there with the electric bus, which is really nice. Alright, here we are into the light rail's terminus. We have 7 platforms at this station. Platform 1 and 6 are for reserved, which is for like private routes, and also whenever there are platforms that's not available, they can use the stuff. One car, 615. Platform 2 is for 507, which is Tuen Mun Ferry Pier to Tin King Station, via Tuen Mun Station and Tai Hing Estate, which is going to go to the right side of the map, which also is going to utilize the U-turn over here. Platform 3, we have 615 and 615P, which is just going to go straight out that way, just like this guy. Phase 3, and we have one coming in. Platform 4 is for 610, which is also going that way. And platform 5, we have 614 and 614P, which is going to the right side of the map, serving Tuen Mun Town Center, and also the right side of the, this guy's going, and also the right side of the map via Prime View to Yuen Long and Siu Hong Station respectively, which is again increasing frequencies for the sections, because 614 and 615 is terrible frequency, 17 minutes per train during off-peak, same as 614P and 615P, so that's why they just increased it. During weekdays, school days, right now is actually school holidays, so that's why there is no such services, but during school days there is a special school route, 506P service, which I believe it departs from either platform 4 or platform 5. 2 services in the morning, one at 7 o'clock, and I think one at 7 o'clock, I'm not so sure. Around one at 7:20, around there. 2 services at around 7 to 8 o'clock departure. You need to check out the times maybe. It will depart from Tuen Mun Ferry Pier, which is going to run a very special route to serve a lot of the school area, 615P themed Chikawa light rail coming in. Which 506P starts from here to go to Siu Hong Station, via the left side of the map at Long Mun Oasis, but then it's going to turn and serve Tuen Mun Station, then follows the path of the 614 and 614P to go to Siu Hong. The first 506P service will continue as Route 720, which is another school days special, from Siu Hong to go to Tin Wing in Tin Shui Wai, like how the 751 goes. And then after that one goes to Tin Wing, it will switch to 751P to terminate at Tin Shui Wai Station afterwards. So that one light rail will run 3 special routes in the morning, while the second 506P will terminate at Siu Hong Station. And 614P and 615P are practically doing circulars because of the system that they cannot do the same route back. Now, technically, if you actually do at Tuen Mun Ferry Pier, you can do the same route back by just going around. But at Siu Hong, U-turns are not really permitted for services going from 615P. I mean, now 615P technically can just do 615P all day because the tracks are allowed at Siu Hong to do U-turns. But 614P, the tracks at Siu Hong Station are not allowed for 614P to do 614P back. So that's why 614P, as soon as it arrives at the terminus, it will switch to 615P, and then 615P, as soon as it hits the terminus, it will switch to 614P. And we have platform 6 for reserved. And where is platform 7? Platform 7 is a drop-off only platform on the side over here, which is served by routes coming from the left side, including 610, 615, and 615P. The reason for this light rail drop-off platform is to reduce in travel times for passengers, because instead of actually needing to wait for the whole light rail to go a U-turn the entire path before terminating at the rail spot, they can actually have passengers to drop off early in order to not waste time. So that's why you can see this is actually a really long path for people to actually go around the entire area. Here's the drop-off only platform. Platform 7, there's only tag-off machines. There are no tag-on machines because there's no point of you tagging on here. But that's how this whole system works. And you see the whole thing, that 615P just looped the whole loop and is arriving at the platform now for 614P. So this is the whole U-turn around to cross back over to that main track on the edges of the harbour front to go and U-turn back to the platform. And that's how they utilizes the 360-degree U-turn tracks to go back to the other direction. So there are 2 U-turn spots here. One is right here and the other one is at the other side, which you have just seen. And next to the light rail terminus is the bus terminus, which is really cool. And there's also a lot of level crossings. But also, we also have the bus light rail crossing right over here, which is honestly cool. We have taxi stands and also buses terminuses there. Here's the U-turn tracks, which I have spotted track clips later on, you can see it. And here is the light rail bus crossing, because bus entrance is actually just behind there, where buses turning in to terminate will cross through and intersect with the light rail track. Just right here. And over here, you can see this massive junction of intersection of the tracks. Now, in Hong Kong, stuff runs on the left side of the map, on the left side track. But here, you can see the platforms are actually on the right side. So that's why tracks here run very specially, because tracks will have the crisscross right there. You can see right there is literally a crisscross for trains to change sides to run into the platform smoothly. There's the crisscross. And also to get back to the correct side. So there are signal lights here to make sure things doesn't crash. Which is really cool, this spot. And you can see B3 driving in right through the level crossing, the crossing with the light rail there and terminated. And that one is going across the border, so that's why they put simplified Chinese on the Desto as well instead of just traditional Chinese and English. We are having, we got one driving into the terminating platform, 615, and it will do the whole U-turn and comes over here and intersect. There's also another light here, which probably is for the things to register and then switch the tracks before they start to go in to the platform tracks, because there are 6 split tracks there. And there's the crisscross for the tracks, which is insanely cool. And this is this path going along. So that side is actually for the 614, 614P and 507, which as one coming in right now, I will show you the train in crisscrossing the tracks over here. So as soon as you're going U-turn, the whole U-turn around after the platform. And perfect timing as well. There's one coming right now this way, and then we have this guy doing U-turn. So, but they're not going to be infected because they're on completely different tracks. And there's this light rail going right across the bus level crossing, the bus light rail crossing. And as this guy's coming over, on the right side, you can see light rails run on the right side track at this spot, stop right here, phase 4 on the 614P. As it goes over, it's gonna crisscross and straight back onto the left side track. Just like that. So that's why this is a really cool spot. And this is the spot for 59A. We have spots for 59M and X over there. Display boards showing how many cars and the departure times. 614, 615, 614P, 615P, everything is 17 minutes per train. 610 I think is around 12 minutes per train, and the same as around 507. So services are not really that frequent, but a lot of sections are common with a lot of routes, so that's why you can go and choose whichever one that you want to take. And also there are signal lights at these crossings. As light rails drives in, they will blink to signal passengers or pedestrians going across the level crossings as they're parked right there. And over here we got the phase 3 driving looping around, and there's also another level crossing to access the Tuen Mun Pier head, which is right there for ferry services. Yes, there are ferry services, but first listen to me. Get this phase 3 double car going through. Here's the level crossing. There are no gates whatsoever, so that's why you just have to look out. There it goes. It's gonna go straight over there and then do the crisscross. And here we are at Tuen Mun Pier head, which have services going to Tung Chung, Sha Lo Wan, and Tai O, which is just across the harbor. Is actually already Tung Chung. Yes, seems pretty good. Yes, it is. But 2 hours per service. Yes, 2 hours per ferry for a service going over. It's stopping all stops to Tai O, which actually Riley, Kelvin, C. Leung, and I took it one time from Tai O to Tung Chung, and it's insanely expensive. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Right now it's 12:50. The next service, 3 p.m. Terrible. Look at this. What the hell? Oh my gosh. 4 hours. Here's 4 hours. 7 o'clock and 8 a.m. services will terminate Tung Chung. 9, 11, and then 15. 4 hours gap right there before it has more. There's only 4 going all the way through there to Tai O. And the services are pretty expensive. Yes, it's very, very expensive. It's like $30 for one trip. So it's not very good considering you actually get bus services to go over to Tung Chung very regularly here, and it only costs you like $10 to $15. So that's why. As we're walking along the promenade here, you can basically see the tracks. And here's the nice beach side. We have Butterfly Beach at the front there as we goes into the rural towns over there for the stop. Oh, what the hell happened to the focus there? There's a really nice little walking area around the beach side. We have Butterfly Beach down there. And here's the ferry pier. No ferries anytime soon, but that's okay. It's really nice. And you can see some of the spots. And also there's a customer service center for light rail there. I don't know whether it's open today, but hopefully it is. And there's the U-turn track, and then we can just head back to the main spot. That's the whole walkthrough of Tuen Mun Ferry Pier Light Rail Terminus. It's definitely one of the craziest terminus if you let alone Yuen Long. Yuen Long is also pretty crazy on its own, but there's not as many routes as Tuen Mun Ferry Pier, which is crazy. So that's why I'm not going to be giving any marks for these light rail stations, considering they're pretty much very similar. It's just some of the unique features and unique designs of the tracks I want to actually feature and actually explore these a little bit more. Now we're going to travel through the entire terminus now by taking a light rail at the back to see all of the tracks when we drive through the entire thing. So here we are at Melody Garden now, one stop before Ferry Pier, and here's the 615P. Let's get on board and we'll film it through the entire Tuen Mun Ferry Pier terminus as it changes to 614P later on as well. And we'll take it out from the other entrance. So we're going to enter from this side, surf the terminating drop-off platform, then go to the main spot, change to 614P, then do the other U-turn to go straight out. So I'll show you everything. Now the announcement actually won't play right now. It's gonna serve the drop-off platform before it actually plays. The next stop is Tuen Mun Ferry Pier. And also, the announcements, as you guys know, does not say Tuen Mun Ferry Pier. It says Ferry Pier. It does not say Tuen Mun, it's just that Ferry Pier. Okay, so we're traveling along here. 506 again. Okay, 52 as well on the electric. Arrived at the drop-off platform. You can hear that announcement if you can hear it. This is route 615P to Ferry Pier. 請小心車門. Please mind the doors. Is it to Ferry Pier? When we're literally here. And we'll just film towards the back now because you'll see the whole U-turn.
Next up is Ferry Pier Terminus. This route will be changed to route 614P. Passengers for stops from Siu Hei, Town Centre, Hui To, Feng Tei to Siu Hong, please take this train. For details, please refer to the route map. If you want to make a return journey, please revalidate your Octopus card or buy a new single ride ticket.
And there's the Tesla change, 614P, as it arrives. And the announcement is there. If you wish to go to station stops from Siu Hei, Town Centre, Hui To, Feng Tei to Siu Hong, can use this map and take this train. This is the only types of service that you can actually get, technically, quote unquote, you don't need to get off and revalidate your card. According to it says, if you want to make a return journey, please revalidate your Octopus card or buy a new single ride ticket. But technically, you don't actually need to do that. You can just as soon as you actually get to the other side. I mean, if you are making a return journey, you just get off at the return journey and you tap your card, it still doesn't matter. So that's fine. We got staff though. Staff do check tickets though. Departing is 614P. And we make the other U-turn. So this is the better one to feature all of the turns, because if I do 614P change to 615P, at least it doesn't turn anything, it just goes straight through and then just out. So this direction does need to do more turns. And there's the 615P there. Phase 3. There that goes. That's why it just came from that way, 614P, driving to the platform, and you just go straight out. But we need to turn basically all of the turns here, because we're going back at 614P. And here we are, doing turn. And that's the whole loop around. And there's the crossing for people, and there are the platforms. Now it runs straight out. And also we need to do this crisscross over here. As you guys know, there's another train. And here we are, crossing over. There's the crisscross, and we made it back to the left side track, and we're out of here. And this is the other exit, the other side, to serve Silhay. And that's it. And here's the entrance for buses, right there. Well, that's it. That's the whole Tuen Mun Ferry Pier light rail terminus. We literally went through the all of the tracks. Let's go back and let's spot some light rails. Alright, start spotting trains. I mean light rail. From the first platform, we'll spot every route one time on specific platforms. So we're going to spot all around this track area. Start with 507 on platform 2. Phase 4, nice. Double car. This is one good thing about having a driver, because then when after the door closed, the driver saw people running up, they just open the doors again. Instead of actually having completely driverless trains, as soon as they close the door, they're just gonna drive out. There that goes on the 507 service. 3! I already expect that's gonna be phase 3. Okay, here it comes on the 615p service. Now this is actually a 614p. And now it changes to a 615p to do the circular service. Okay, so we're waiting for the 615p to go. I'm gonna show you how many staff they use to check tickets. I saw the outside, it was a 507. How many staff this is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's actually another guy right there. Another lady. 7 staff to check one car of light rail. They haven't started checking yet, but they will start checking. You see, they have the thing on there. They have the wrist thing on there. Clearly, is ready to check tickets. 7 staffs on this car. Oh my gosh, there's no one back here. But I think after they check the first car, they will move to the back to check the next car. Jesus Christ, 7 staff. No way you can ferry evade if ever they actually check like this. Crazy. Look at the amount of stops. Crazy. There it goes. Departed, and then they're probably gonna start doing their job now. Alright, there goes 610. We didn't see it drive in. I'm not going to film one drive in here because I don't want to wait for another one. It's the same anyways for all of the drive in. So, just see the routes at every platform one time before we start going everywhere to spot them driving around. Another phase 3 though, so that's good. Oh, a little slow, unfortunately. 614, phase 4. This guy's stupid because the next one is a 614p and it's double car. While the longer 614 is all single. It's like, bro. And perfect! Phase 5 for the last train on platform. I mean, before we go over. And it's our 614p. The Desto is changing. You can see the Desto is like blanked right now. So that's basically when it's changing. It's coming from the 615p spot. I mean, coming from that side. After the turn, changing Desto, change to 614p. Just kidding, that's something else. Whatever. Not in service. driving in. Oh, it's doing 6.5p as well. What the hell? We might be having change of shift, but whatever. Oh no, phase. Oh. Phase 3 driving in, not in service. Oh, is this in service, but for real terminating and get them out. Wow. Okay. Phase 3. There it is, phase 1 on the 615p. Hopefully Desto should change, and there's the blinking of the lights to indicate trains is coming. Should change the Desto very soon. Might not change after it comes. Yep, here comes 615p, and it will change to 614p. And there it goes. There it goes, Desto, 614p. The back car is like empty, so empty. Alright, here we are on the light only platform. We got a phase 4 driving in here. One car though. On the side track, which is only for routes that comes from this side, including 610, 615 and 615p. So here comes the 615. No alighting at this platform. There are no like tack on machines here. There's only tack off machines. They set this up just because the main platform's over there. So that's why they set this up. Then people don't need to walk the whole round. Don't need to loop around the whole round. But of course you can stay on the train. Okay, that was scary there. The wheelchair is coming out and drivers close the doors. And now this light rail will go around and go back to the main platform. Because they cannot do turn back. There's only one cab, so that's why there's only one driver's cabin, so that's why they have to do 360 U-turns like this. Hey, another one! That's the themed light rail, 610 coming in, phase 5, one car. Themed light rail with the Arome light rail. There it goes. There's the theme. It's actually an ad for Arome, which is actually a bakery here in Hong Kong, 40 years anniversary. Usually you don't do phase 5's one car like this, but that's what they're doing, and they're changing Teslas already. What the hell is this thing driving in here? Oh, driver's training. That's good. We'll start to go around the whole station. Phase 1. We'll do one here after the drop-off platform. And we can see it turn around the whole bend. .615p going to terminate. It's changed already to this though. The description will still say, I mean the caption, subtitles will still say 615p for this guy. There's the whole turnaround. And there's another red light over there. And there it goes. Phase 5 turning around the bend. Crossing the bus light rail level crossing and bind over here. We're not gonna get our hands out there because the driver might boot at me if that's the case, because it's right next to the tracks. Got a red light here. So I'm just standing a little bit behind. There that goes. We've got a 507 coming like right now on the other side. There that goes. .507's right there. And we'll see it through the crisscross here. It's right across each other, so that's why they have to have lights to control. From the right side track back to the left side track and head straight out. So the intersection is like right there, so that's why it's not really affected by both sides of the stuff coming together. There's 615. And that is something coming this way, finally. Jesus Christ, we see it crisscross this side now. Oh, there it goes already. .614, stand behind. Don't get booed. Unfortunately, after they cross, they still need to stop for the red light, which is so stupid. Oh, already changed the desk though, back to Yuen Long, then I guess. Got some more driver's training. No matter where it's gonna go, it's probably coming in here. Actually, I don't think I should be standing here, but do it here. Yep, it is coming in here. Do another driver's training before we get to another spot. Phase 3 here. So many drivers training. This is part of the pedestrian path, so that's why it is completely legal to stand here. 11:01. .507. Going straight down. Stopping at the red light again. Phase 4. Now let's head down to the entrance to the shopping mall. We can probably see some stuff over there. Alright, we got 614P turning around. This is actually filmed 2 days after the last clip, so. And it's gonna do full speed as soon as it hits this part to go straight. And U-turn spot. Get a 614 turning around. Somehow out here the desk does blink. Kind of stupid. And here we are on the other side now. We'll end the video here after a couple of clips. The other entrance. Here we'll do like 6 to 7 clips because we try to see as much as we can here. That one's going to the drop-off platform, and then we'll do the loop around. Level 7, we'll do a U-turn. That's why there's so many different pathways at this terminus routes can go. And newer first bus livery here at Tuen Mun. 962X to Causeway Bay. Alright, 610 phase 5 going straight. I just wanted to get like a shot of everything like driving around. That's basically it. We'll end the video very soon. Very slow because there are so many intersections. Where's the indicator? This guy didn't indicate turning left.